All right. What's up? Anyway, I'll get into it when I get into the run. But okay, you can start the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, y'all. This is Sonic R, released in 1996 for the Sega Saturn originally. I'm playing the GameCube version because it has been given quite a few enhancements over the original Sega Saturn version. If you notice that right now it's actually snowing, get used to this because this is going to be pretty much how it's going to be for most of the run. The reason I choose snow over the different weather settings is the lake freezes over, which it allows you to run over it without having to worry to sink in water. So the objective of a 100% Sonic R speedrun is pretty simple. All you really need to do is collect 5 medals around the track, get first place, and collect all the Chaos Emeralds that you can. And it's pretty much the same thing for every track. So for this one specifically, I already have 4 medals here. You have what are called ring gates. And some ring gates either have a medal or a Chaos Emerald inside. So the first one was 20 rings. This one coming up is for 50 rings. And there's the first Chaos Emerald. I'm going to get the last medal right here. And it's already Resort Island. So what the 5 medals do, when you complete a track, if you get at least 3rd place, you'll get to do a challenge race with a secret character. So in this case, we're racing against Metal Sonic. So casually, I'd say most of the challenge races are pretty simple. But for me, an experienced runner, this is going to be just a flat-out blowout. I'm going to lap over him probably twice. So what happens if you beat the character that you go against in the challenge race is you unlock them. So Metal Sonic is actually faster than Sonic, but the CPU is just whack at playing him. So when I finish beating him here, I'm actually going to use him for most of the rest of the run. There's one more character that I'll actually get that's better than him, and I'll get into that later. We don't lock him until the end. So another thing I like to bring up is ring luck. So rings not only determine whether you can pass through gates or not. Another thing rings also can help a lot with is the more the rings that you have on you, the faster that you can move. So having a lot of excess rings in your inventory without having to actually just use them up is also a good thing.
Isn't this like the first game where they introduced that?
So what?
Isn't this like the first game where they introduced that? Rings make you go faster?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. All right, so same objective as before. The only difference this time is there are actually 2 Chaos Emeralds in this track rather than 1. And I think the reason for that is because the track is, if you notice, it's a lot bigger than Resort Island. So it's going to look kind of confusing because I'm just jumping over railings and stuff like this, but I'm trying to get all the medals as I can in one lap. And I got a speed shooter. Also, the items that you get from the emblems there are luck-based as well. So I have no idea what I might get. So what I want, optimally, is rings. Stuff like speed shoots can kind of be good, but the worst thing you can possibly get from those are shields. The blue shield is the water shield, which for some reason you can still obtain when it's snowing. The only purpose that thing really has is you can walk over water with it. As far as you think the electric shield would be good, that's the other shield you can get, but you move so fast, the rings kind of lag behind you, you can never really collect them all, so it actually ends up being more detrimental than helpful. So right here, these are little boosters that you can use. It costs 50 rings to get the most out of them. You can still use them if you don't have 50, but you won't go as far as you would have if you had the max amount. So that's another thing to sort of think about. So there's sort of a case-by-case basis thing you have to manage when it comes to your rings. Sometimes it's better to lay off of them, save up for the next lap. You'll be faster than you would if you ended up using it. All kinds of stuff. So, another challenge race up here. As people may know, this is Tails Doll. He's kind of popular for meme reasons, if you know what I mean.
The wrong reasons?
Yeah, the wrong reasons. But this ain't no spooky pasta. This guy is pathetic. He is the worst character in the game, despite actually being a secret character. So, once again, this is going to be a blowout. So, even though I unlock him, I'm never really going to use him. He's just gonna sit there on the character select screen. I'm just gonna pick Metal Sonic for the next track as well. So you don't have to. You won't be seeing any Tails Doll. This is really the only time outside of. Well, no, I'll take that back. Actually, no. You will see Tails Doll every now and then, because once I unlock these other secret characters as well, since I'm playing as Metal Sonic, they'll actually replace the other default racers. So he'll actually replace one character on the next track I do. I forgot which one exactly. So if you're wondering why I'm skidding around so much like that, skidding is actually faster. So whenever you see the sort of little clouds come up behind the character, I'm actually moving a little bit faster. So that's all on purpose. So right there, what I did, if you hold the start button as you cross the finish line, the pause screen can come up and you can skip the whole celebration animation stuff. And it saves a little bit of time in doing so. So another thing that I mentioned, not only getting first place in every track is important because of unlocking the last track, because the last track will not unlock unless you get all first places. Another important thing is if you don't get first place when you get Chaos Emeralds in this game, you actually don't keep them, making you retry the track. So it's really important that I get first place. But I'll say that, oh, I just missed that. Getting first place in every track is actually real easy. There's probably one track that will give me a little bit of trouble in trying to get first place. That's actually the next track. So it's a 50 ring gate. There was actually a Chaos Emerald in there. You didn't get to see it because there's this animation of that little pyramid thing opening up, revealing the Chaos Emerald. But you can just go right through it and collect it just fine. And here's the second Chaos Emerald.
So is there 2 Chaos Emeralds in each stage, or does it matter?
Resort Island only has 1, but the rest has 2.
Okay.
And I think they just did that to, I guess, not overwhelm people on the first track. Yeah. There's only 7 Chaos Emeralds, so they had to make one of them just 1. I'm gonna have to do a little backtrack here because I missed this.
That shouldn't mess you up though, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. That was a little sloppy. All right, so the next challenge race here is Egg Robo. You might remember him from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sky Sanctuary. He's not very fast as well. He's sort of a weird character, though. As you see, he has a little running animation that actually isn't his fastest animation. But for some reason, when he's actually running like that, it's actually faster than him at his supposed full speed boost animation. But once again, he's not faster than Metal Sonic, so there's no reason for me to choose him. He also has a special ability, just like Dr. Robotnik does, where you might notice every now and then when I'm racing, you'll see sort of a crosshair on my character. That's either Egg Robo or Dr. Robotnik's special ability. They can, at the cost of 10 rings, they can shoot this missile at you, and it will just sort of just make your character jump or just push them in a certain direction. It doesn't really have that much of an effect on you when you're racing. It can kind of surprise you and throw you off at times, but for the most part, it's not going to really put you in a situation where you'd lose because of it. All right, so now we have 5 Chaos Emeralds. The next track will be 7. believe the next track besides the last one is actually the longest. I was actually playing on hard this whole time, and I just noticed that.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I knew something was weird. I think that's because the save I loaded up when I was practicing. I think I put it on hard for some reason.
Hard 100%.
All right, I got the little shove there. You can always get 20 rings from that emblem for some reason if Egg Robo gives you like that little light shove. And I might get hit by a missile here. No, he didn't shoot it. There's another crosshair. He might shoot it then. No, he didn't. All right, so there really isn't much to say about this track. It's the same thing as the last 5 medals and 2 Chaos Emeralds. But I did mention before, Egg Robo can be a threat here if you're sort of a beginner at this, if you're trying to like get everything within the track in one fell swoop. For some reason, you do so much moving around the track, collecting everything. If you go too slowly, Egg Robo can actually snipe you for first place if you don't watch it. All right, so I'm gonna get the first emerald here. This shoots out of this. And I had just, if I had another 50 rings, I'd be able to get another Chaos Emerald over there. Optimally, you want to get both Chaos Emeralds on lap 2 if you have the rings for it, but like I said before, that's entirely luck-based. You won't always get that. So instead, I'm going to spend my rings to get the last medal here, which costs another 20 rings. Medal doors are usually 20 rings. Chaos Emeralds usually cost 50. But I'm obviously going to have enough this upcoming lap. And I got 100 now. So the other emerald door is here. It's just like the last one. It shoots out of a boat instead this time. Got it. All right, so that's everything. So now, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, there's Tails Dog. See, I corrected myself. There he is.
Almost lapped him.
All right, so here's the last medal challenge. This one's Metal Knuckles. There's really not much to say about him, other than, I guess I could say he's Metal Sonic with a glide, with less max speed. But just like before, I guess I'd say he's the toughest medal challenge because he's actually somewhat of a good character compared to the other races. But once again, he's no match for me. So this will just pretty much be the same track again, but without me going around collecting stuff. So I'll go by a lot faster.
All right, so out of all these tracks in this game, what's your favorite song?
Say what?
Out of all these songs in this game, what's your favorite one?
Man. It's actually Radiant Emerald when you don't pick Supersonic. Diamond in the Sky.
Yeah, I don't think not too many people know about that one.
People don't really know about that track though, because usually people have Supersonic unlocked by then. But I'll mention that. What was Metal Knuckles doing? But anyway. Alright, so with all tracks completed, first place, all Chaos Emeralds obtained. Now that I have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, I actually unlock one more character that I don't have to do a medal challenge for. And you probably know where this is going if you played any Sonic game in your life. So we're going to get Supersonic and we're going to do the last track. So as me and him were discussing before, if you pick Radiant Emerald without playing as Supersonic, you'll actually get a completely different track, which in my opinion is better, but that's arguable to person to person. So Supersonic is pretty much the best character in the game. That pretty much goes without saying. So, unlike his other video game counterparts, he does not lose a single ring. So, you pretty much get Supersonic with 0 cons whatsoever. There's no way in any conceivable way I can see anybody losing Radiant Emerald while playing with Supersonic. It's just that free. So, there's actually still ring gates here, even though this place has no medals and no Chaos Emeralds. That's because those are actually shortcuts rather than just having like a medal or a Chaos Emerald behind it like usual. So I'm actually going to spend 50 rings to go back here. And there's actually a speed booster back here. Now, as for the other ring gate, I'm not going to touch that one because, believe it or not, even though that's supposed to be a shortcut, Supersonic is so fast, he doesn't need it. And it's actually better to keep your rings and prepare for the next lap. Oh, there's Tailsdoll right there. And Tailsdoll's only moving that fast because there's a catch-up mechanic in this game. And since he's in dead last, he's getting a crazy amount of, well, he just crashed into a wall. Never mind.
Does he have terrible handling?
Yeah, he has the worst handling in the entire game, bar none. I think the only pro that Tailsdoll has is he floats over water, which, like I said, you can just play under. Okay.
Yeah, I think the AI be acting up sometimes, huh?
Yeah, I think the AI bugs out if you blow them out too hard. All right, so time when I get past this finish line. Time.
$15.40.
Oh, that's good.
Damn.
I got y'all some time back.
All right, we take those. Is our next runner ready is the question.
Uh-oh.
Any last words, where they can follow you, et cetera, et cetera?
I said it's a good marathon time. I don't really have anything else to say. That's 100%. It's real. It's actually really, really short. If any percent is actually under 10 minutes, it's really, 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 really short. Like, the game is really short when you speedrun it, but it's real short and sweet. It's really easy to pick up. If you I don't know, if you're interested in running the game, check out speedrun.com. Go to the top search bar, search in Sonic R. There's videos everywhere. You can learn it through there. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's not really much else I can say about that. Anything you want to say?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, just let the credits roll, I guess. Y'all rather let the credits roll, or? All right, that's cool with me. I'll let y'all listen to this then.